It's the 27th of April and it's a gorgeous day out today. So I thought I'd do a little update on the garden. I trimmed up the black raspberries a lot, trying to get them out of the way of the grapevine. Down on this end I'm going to grow a couple of rows of corn and do the traditional Three Sisters type thing with the corn, beans, and squash. I'm going to grow popcorn and some glass gem corn and a little bit of some generic Indian corn, and I realized there could be some cross-pollination. I'm going to plant the Indian corn a lot later, and the popcorn will be north of the glass gem corn, and I don't really care if it cross-pollinates. And one row down from the corn will be some onions, and then right between the onions and the eggplant will be a row of lettuce, and that's Little Gem, I believe it's called. And it sounds like the cardinals are enjoying the video. Next to the cardinal's not going to let me talk. Next to the Little Gem lettuce, I'm going to put a row of eggplants, and then right next to the eggplants will be some mixed lettuce, and then I'm going to have a row of peppers and another row of peppers. I have a few in the ground. That's a ghost pepper. Tanya wanted me to grow that. Then a poblano and a, let me see, that's a jalapeno there. And between the two rows of peppers I'm going to have spinach, and it's just now starting to come up. Then on the other side of the second row of peppers, I've got a row of radishes that are just starting to come up. Then I'm going to have carrots, 3 different types of carrots, right next to the tomatoes. And that tomato right there is one of my grafted ones. I put it out ahead of the others, and then I ended up having to cover it the last 2 nights. We got frost one night, but last night I covered just to be safe. And hopefully I'll find time to put some tomatoes in the ground today. Right next to the tomatoes, actually between 2 rows of tomatoes, will be a row of onions. And I've got tomatillos in the ground there. I'm going to have more tomatoes back in the back. And while I'm standing by it, this log was hollow when I got it, and I planted a wave petunia in the top of it. I'm hoping that will look cool by the time summer's over. And I'll be getting these bales ready to plant for too long. And there's some overwintered spinach, and we've been harvesting that already, and it's pretty good stuff. Garlic's doing really well. And I've got the grow bags full of soil. I've got this one planted with potatoes. That's Yukon Gold, I believe. I've got some sweet potato slips down there. It looks like one of them's about kicked the bucket. I'm going to put another bunch of potatoes in this grow bag, and then more sweet potatoes in the last one. And here's our banana tree. Doesn't look like much now, but hopefully it will later. And right there looks like we have a cilantro that survived the winter, and there's another little one right there. And the sage is there, horseradish, and we've got elephant garlic way in the back there. And the rhubarb's right here. It's really doing well. Let's put my hand down here so you can get an idea of the size. Your oregano's going good. And the onion chives are doing well over here in the shade. That's a clump I started from our original clump, and it's doing really well. These pots were over there where I have the grow bags now, so I moved them out of the way and put them up against the fence. You can see we've got a pretty good crop of dandelions growing. It's a little embarrassing, but it is what it is. But anyway, the pots, I was looking at them today and actually have some green showing up in one. I have several pots with perennial stuff, and I planted iris seeds in this one. And we've got a couple of little tiny iris seedlings, which is pretty cool. And for those of you who have been following our common milkweed project over the last few years, looks like it's going to be a lot healthier with all these shoots coming up from this one single one. And there's some more over there in the weeds that haven't come up yet. The pineapple is still doing great, and I think we're past the danger of frost now, so I'll be leaving it outside all the time. There's the Narnia. I'm going to be putting it in the ground as soon as I can figure out where I'm going to put it. Then we have some odd and ends back here in the corner. Got a couple of grafted tomatoes there I'm trying to harden off. As soon as I get them hardened, they'll be going in the ground. Here's my other 4 grafted tomatoes. They're pretty well hardened, so I'm going to try to get them in the ground today if I can find time. If you're just now finding this channel, please subscribe. Otherwise, like, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.